there's a story whilst I was doing my LPC, and this story, I remember it like it was yesterday, my brother. Let me tell you what story it was first. You can have friends who are criminals. It doesn't make you a criminal. I've got friends who are criminals. I've been brought up around criminals. I come from Aston. You come from Small Heath. We've both got friends who are criminals. How can you represent someone who you think are guilty? Why don't they go to a prosecutor and ask them, how can you try and convict an innocent man?
Hold on.
Has anyone ever done that before?
What's going on, people? Welcome back to the Afterhours podcast. Today I am joined, first of all, if you've got social media, if you've got a phone, Instagram, TikTok, you must know who I'm with today. I'm with Mr. Akhmed Yakoob, Maurice Andrews' defense lawyer. How are you, bro?
I'm alright, alhamdulillah. How are you, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Finally, we got this done. It's been
Finally, man. Last time, of course,
chill.
I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it.
How are you, bro? How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Can't complain, man.
Bro, I wanted to get you here because obviously you're a lawyer. When you look at the typical lawyer that we've got nowadays, suits and tie, boring. I don't want to get onto a lot of people. But you've kind of changed the face of law, in my eyes anyway, and a lot of people's eyes. Tell me about you, bro, your background. Why did you get into law in the first place?
I do sometimes wear suits and ties as well, you know.
Look good in it, bro. That's what I'm saying to you. You're not missing the point. You look good in it. You look good in it.
Nah, you know what it is? I know exactly what you're saying. Sorry, what was your question again?
What made you get into law in the first place?
What made me get into law? A few factors. I spoke about this before as well on my socials and stuff. The main reason for me to get into law was my mate. When we was about 16, 17 years old, my mate was involved in a very serious case, attempted murder. He ended up serving a 9-year custodial sentence. That's what kind of like was my drive at the time to get into law, criminal law anyway. I wanted to defend people.
Okay.
Because I felt that his team could have done a better job.
How old were you at the time when you thought this?
16, 17 years old.
Okay.
We were same age. We just had left school.
And were you studying law or you just...
No, at the time we just left school. Literally was in college.
And then carry on, and then you that was the drive at college, first day. Okay.
That was the first year of college. So then I got into college. I never really done too well at college. I'm not going to sit here and lie saying I studied. I'd done the basics what I could. Then came university. Again, I couldn't get into university. I had to speak to someone through somebody. He gave me a chance. I always say his name every time I talk about this thing. His name's Stuart Williams. Big up Stuart Williams.
Big up Stuart Williams. Hold on.
You have to big him up.
Yeah, big up Stuart Williams. Carry on, tell me the story.
Stuart Williams, you wouldn't be interviewing me right now, my brother. I'll be honest with you. Alhamdulillah, the guy, may Allah bless him. I don't know whether he's alive or dead. I don't know. If he's alive, may Allah bless him. If he's passed away, may Allah bless him too.
Either way, yeah.
And so he gave me an opportunity. He said to me that you have to do a exam to get onto the course. So I basically applied for a LLB degree. My grades were nowhere near to getting into the LLB degree, the actual degree.
Okay.
So then I went to him through somebody and he gave me an opportunity. He said, look, I can get you into a foundation degree.
Good enough, yeah.
I was happy with that 1 year foundation degree, then get onto the LLB. At least I'm on track. But I knew I wanted to do this. Then I knew. So he said, but in order for me to get you onto the foundation degree, you have to do an exam. I said, no problem. Just give me the date and I'll be there for the exam. When is it? He turned around and said, it's now.
Oh, on the spot?
On the spot. I go, okay. No problem. I'll do it. So I went into a little room. He gave me the exam paper. The exam question was, are we marital rape? It's a question about marital rape. And the thing about law is, my question the question exam paper on the exam paper at that time was, what's your opinion on this? So when somebody's giving an opinion on something, the thing about law is mainly it's about opinions.
And providing facts behind the opinion.
Exactly. So you have to have some sort of factual backing.
Okay.
And the question was, what are your opinions of marital rape and the case of RVR? So I gave my opinion. I think the exam must have lasted about 30 minutes, if that. I don't give or take. I finished the exam. I completed it. Gave him the paper. He came back after 20 minutes, half an hour, and I still remember his words exactly. He said to me, "Mr. Yakoob, unfortunately, I can't put you on the foundation degree." I turned around and said, "Oh, I haven't done that bad." He said, "No, you've done exceptional, and I would feel bad to put you on a foundation degree because you're better than that." So I thought, okay, nice. Alhamdulillah. So I said, "What are you going to do then for me?" He said, "I'll put you on a LLB degree, a proper one, but you can't let me down."
Okay.
And I didn't let him down.
Of course not. How you gonna let him down then?
You can't let him down. You can't let someone like that down. You know, can't let a man like Stuart down, man. Can't let him down. So went to university again. My degree grade wasn't all that. I got a 2-2 degree, just about scraped it.
Yeah.
The thing with me is the educational system sort of is based upon...
It's against you, isn't it?
Yes, and it's based upon exams. So you only study to pass them exams. So if you know what's going to come up in an exam, you don't need to know the rest. You just learn them 4 or 5 sort of topics that will come up in an exam, or 10 questions or 15 questions, whatever it may be, what will come up in an exam, and the rest you don't need to know it.
Or if you know what you're doing but you get nervous in exams, there's no point. It's weird, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Some people have studied all year round, but they get nervous.
They get nervous in exams, yeah.
And they fail because of that. Some people won't study all year round, do a little bit of revision like myself, and go into exam and pass it.
Yeah.
In school as well, to be fair, I wasn't the best at school, and I had to do my GCSEs from home. Essentially, I had to go in and do my GCSEs because of issues. But the thing is, the way I look at it, exams are very easy to pass. GCSE exams, university exams, college exams. Even though my grades weren't all that, but the amount of effort behind them matched it anyway. So I wasn't expecting to get A stars or a first class degree or even a 2-1 because I knew how much effort I've put in. You only get out what you put in. So I knew what I was putting in at that time.
Of course.
So I knew I'm not going to get high grades. Anyway, I finished university, never let Stuart down. That's the main thing.
Bad boy.
Graduated. This we're talking 2010 now, 11. After degree, then you do what's called a legal practice course. That's where you learn about what's actually going to happen now when you're practicing, and you have different subjects. So, for example, civil litigation, business law, then you've got criminal litigation, you got immigration law. So again, you learn all the areas of law, not just the one that you want to do. Okay. And there's a story whilst I was doing my LPC, and this story, I remember it like it was yesterday, my brother. Let me tell you what story it was. First of all, the legal practice course, I did it in Birmingham at the College of Law, it was called then. Now it's called University of Law.
In Hockley?
Hockley, yeah. Just opposite Tesco's.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I had a encounter with someone then. It was the holy month of Ramadan.
Okay.
And I seen somebody, and they basically... We walked in, it was exam. There was exam. Exam season, so we was just coming in for our exams, and I walked in and seen this gentleman. It's a friend of mine, old acquaintance, someone I know. And he's asking the receptionist at that time for extenuating circumstances
Because of Ramadan.
because of Ramadan. So I went to the brother and I said, listen, brother, you're a Muslim, aren't you? He goes, yeah, of course, that's why. I don't want to do the exam because of Ramadan. I go, don't you think it'll be better? I said, why? He goes, my brain is not functioning. And I said, no. I go, in Ramadan, don't you think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to make your brain more fast, more accurate? Because all the toxins are out of your system. Scientifically, it's proven over the years now. They've proved that fasting is actually good for you. I said to the guy, I go, look, at the end of the day, I haven't even revised. Last night, I was just sat there. I'm not lying to you now. Last night, I was saying this to the guy now.
Yeah.
Last night, I was just sat there and my other friend said to me, how come you haven't revised? My words, these are my exact words to the guy. I can bring the guy here now. I'll tell you this is what I said to him. They all stressing now. This is the property law exam. Very hard exam. And they all stressing and I've sat down and they go, how come you're not revising? I go, I don't need to revise. They said, why? I go, because I received a message that was circulating on WhatsApp or whatever app it was back then. They were talking 10 years ago. WhatsApp was around. It must have been WhatsApp. And on that message was a story regarding the Prophet Musa. May Allah be pleased with him.
I mean,
and that story was when Musa alayhi salam went to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and he had the power to speak to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly. And he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that will there be someone who is more closer to you or will speak from more closer to you than I am now? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to him, there will come an ummah that will be fasting. I think the full message was like, their mouths will be dry and they will be tired, something along them lines. But if you read it properly, I don't want to quote something that's wrong.
No,
but it was something along them lines. Them people
will be more closer to me.
Will be more closer to me than you are, Musa. And them people, before they open their fast, before sun set, if they ask me for something, there's no veils between me and them. Right now, there is 70,000 veils between you and me, Musa. At the time of iftar, there are no veils between me and that ummah. I read that message and I took it to heart.
Of course.
And I asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to listen, get me through this exam.
Yeah.
That was my revision. I'm not going to sit here and lie. That was my revision. Because at the end of the day, most things in life or most things that I've studied are common sense, brother.
Yeah.
People, you could just look at it. If you've got a question there, you can work out the answer yourself. You don't need to know everything about that subject.
It's true.
That's what I've worked out anyway in life.
No, it's true.
I've said to this brother now, then I've relayed that message what I've just spoke about to that brother at reception. I said, listen, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for you, man. Anyway, I don't know what happened about him extenuating circumstances. We went and done the exam. The brother who said to me the night before when we was revising, he was stressing and all of that stuff, he failed. I passed.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So my tawakkul in Allah, brother, I'm telling you, alhamdulillah, Allah has given me way beyond I deserve. I am blessed differently.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Fully. So I always know, like everyone should know, no matter what happens, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is behind you.
Of course.
And He will find a way for you. Sometimes things might not go according to your plan, but you have to remember it's going according to His plan.
That's a good
The Lord's plan. And you can't question that, can you?
No, of course not. How can
So if something is not going right for you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is waiting or making you wait. There's something better for you coming. Just have a bit of patience and trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Got through College of Law. Then I worked somewhere. I went and done voluntary work somewhere for 2 years for a brother. I don't want to get too much into that story. I think people have probably seen it before. I've been asked those questions before. I wasn't treated right.
I haven't heard this. I haven't heard this one.
I haven't heard it.
I haven't heard what? Bring it here, bro.
I'll bring it. Okay.
Bring it.
A little bit. So anyway, I work somewhere for free of charge for the first 2 years of my practice.
Move the mic a little bit away if you want.
Yeah,
Like that if you want.
is that right? It's alright. It's alright.
Yeah.
No problem.
Go on, carry on.
So I worked somewhere for free for 2 years, voluntary. As soon as I finished
Finish your
my
University of Law.
legal practice course, so I finished it. I went there. The money wasn't the issue.
Because what was the issue then?
The money wasn't the issue at all, brother. I don't mind as long as I'm learning something.
Yeah.
Even now, I can sit there and read something for hours. I don't expect to get paid for it, or I can go somewhere. I can listen to lectures for hours.
You're learning, yeah. Your brain's getting bigger.
You're learning. So I wasn't worried about the money. My brother, what I was worried about is the degrading bit, because I got called all sorts. I got told I can't speak English properly
By who?
from this brother that I used to work for.
But he took you in.
He took me in, yeah. I got told I'm too cocky. I got told I'm too big for my boots. I got told all sorts.
And not once did he say, you know what, just leave.
He didn't want me to leave because
You working, you doing all the work probably.
I was not doing all the work. I started bringing work in. So this was a firm that was closing down, you see. Was on the verge of closing down. I sort of revived this firm, alhamdulillah. See, look, I don't want to take no credit for anything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed me differently.
Yeah.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed me. Whoever I've met somewhere down the line, alhamdulillah, I don't think... See, they say only if no one's talking bad about you, you're not doing anything right. Which is probably true and which is probably not true. See, the way I look at it, I've not had interactions or, interactions with everybody. So whoever I've come and had dealings with or interactions with, all be it through work or be it through life, I've always tried to be nice to people. Being nice to people does not cost you anything.
No, it doesn't. It gets you far as well.
It gets you very far in life. I say this to my kids. I say your tongue can make you or break you.
Facts.
And it doesn't cost nothing.
Of course it doesn't.
Me sitting here and talking to you nicely, it's not going to cost me anything. But it might make your day.
Yeah.
Spoke to me nicely, man.
No, I'm like that as well. I believe that as well. That's true.
I swear, I'm like that, man. I've been like that from day one. And even if you're having a bad day, you don't have to tell the whole world about it, you know what I mean? You don't have to take it out on other people.
Some people do, man.
Some people do,
Yeah,
man.
some people
I've seen people with screw faces walking, and I'll be like, come on, brother, man, fix up, man. Okay, you probably got issues, but don't
take it out on other people, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, alhamdulillah. I was there, I was going through a lot of problems, but what I was doing at the same time, in the back of my head, I was like, listen, with every hardship comes ease.
Yeah.
Allah's with me, Allah knows my heart's clean. And what I was doing was making a network. I was making connections. People are starting to know Akhmed Yakoob is now working in a law firm. He's into law. So people started phoning me when they was having issues, small issues at the time. But alhamdulillah, I travelled them 2 years. I must have travelled over 100,000 miles all over UK. You're talking Carlisle, from Carlisle, you're talking down south, London, everywhere.
For what? What was that for? Cases?
Police stations, cases, seeing clients, everywhere. I was travelling everywhere, man. I was grafting. I wasn't even getting paid expenses. Forget getting paid a wage, brother. I wasn't getting paid expenses, so it was costing me
Just
myself to get there. But one thing I was... it's like I knew already, alhamdulillah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to bless me.
Yeah.
It's half of the things I've learned in life, I don't know how they worked out for me. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows, innit?
No, it's true.
And the way I look at it, if you've got total faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then He can take you out of any situation. You can be in a dark forest with hungry lions after you, and I'm telling you, He can send an angel and say, bam, you're gone, you're out of there.
Yeah.
So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can change anything. So I say this to everyone, if your life is not going right, that means you're doing something wrong. That means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may not be right or happy with you.
Yeah.
That means you need to perfect your prayers. That if you want something, have you prayed tahajjud? Have you sat down and cried in the last third of the night and asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? If you haven't, then you don't really want to, do you? This is alhamdulillah. So
that was the 2 years.
2 years. So, but I knew I'm going to get something done. So anyway, in them 2 years, what I used to do, give me that. In them 2 years, what I used to do is, there was a DX building. DX is like a document exchange. Yeah? You know what that is?
No, what's that?
There'll be one specific area which will be the host for this sort of postcode. Yeah?
Yeah.
Maurice Andrew Solicitors, that building, what I'm in now, was the host at that time when I was doing my training of that local area, Handsworth. That was the host for the DX. So I used to come there every morning at 9 a.m. to pick up the mail.
Oh, yeah, okay, I get it.
And then 5 o'clock every day, or just before 5, to drop it back off. And
Wait, this is before you worked there?
this is before work. This is when I was at training.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Everything in my
so
life.
it's making sense that everything's connecting.
Fully, brother. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So I used to go do the DX, and at one point when I was doing the DX, I had like a premonition or like a dream, whatever you want to call it, brother.
Yeah.
But I saw myself working in that building. And then a couple of years down the line, brother, we're here now, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Forget working in that building. I own that building, bro.
Hold on, man. You need one of these for that.
Alhamdulillah,
Hold on,
man.
Hold on.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been too grateful.
Yeah.
And I can't thank him enough. Alhamdulillah. So during that period, I had issues with my ex-boss, big issues, to the extent that I had to walk out at one point and said, okay, you keep your job.
Yeah.
You keep your training.
Where was this? Also in Birmingham?
Birmingham, just around the corner from
Local.
where I am now.
Okay. So where's he now? Real quickly, just let me segue. Where's he now? Do you see him?
Yeah, I see him.
What's he saying now?
He's all right. He's my friend, man. I got love for the brother. I swear to God. I got love for the brother. I went to his house that day with the kids. He knows. Of course he's seen all the videos. Of course he's seen everything. And he approached me as well. He phoned me. I'm not going to lie. He's probably going to watch this now. But he phoned me and he goes, we had good times as well. You should
mention the good times, basically.
Should mention the good times. I will say the good times now. I'll mention them now. But the thing is, my response to him was, have I lied? Did I lie in any of the videos? Didn't that happen the way I said it? Because at one point, what he said to me? He goes, you're useless. What's your plans? Your future plans? And I said, my future plans are to open a firm up in Birmingham, a law firm, and have one of the busiest law firms in Birmingham. He said, you don't have to do the work. How are you going to do it? How are you going to manage? I go, I don't know how I'm going to do it.
I'm going to get there.
But I will do it with the help of Allah. Inshallah, you have to bring Allah into everything. That's what I believe. He turned around and said this to me. He mentioned a few people who are very big in the legal profession at that time. Years ago now, he took me 10, 12 years ago. And he said, do you think you will be able to compete with the likes of these people? I said, compete with them. I don't think they will be able to compete with me when I'm up and running. You don't know me.
Yeah, fair play.
We've only known each other for the last 18 months, brother. You don't know, alhamdulillah. With the help of Allah, inshallah, I'm going to make it. These are my exact words to him. Exact words, brother. I'm not lying to you. And you know what? I mentioned this on another podcast before, and one guy phoned me.
What did
and he said, who used to work with me at the time, and he said, you know what? I remember exactly when you said it. It feels like yesterday. I remember, this guy is talking big, but let's see. And he phoned me and he confirmed it. And I go, that's exactly what happened. I never lied, innit? He goes, nah, you didn't lie. That's exactly what took place. So anyway, I left with a big argument. I haven't learned much over the years, but over the 2 years, but I've made connections. Walked into Maurice Andrew Solicitors, old man. Said to him, look, Maurice, I want a job. He was winding down. That firm was winding down. You've been to my office now, man.
Yeah.
That was like a construction site. Nasty building, rats, everything, smelly, dirty, dust, whatever you can imagine, cobwebs, everything. But anyway, I went there and I said to the guy, I want a job. He said, I'm winding down. I'm looking to close the whole firm down. Forget giving you a job.
Yeah.
So I said to him, how many years do you think you want to do that in? He goes, 1, maybe 2, can stretch it to 3. I saw opportunity there straight away. Hold on. I thought to myself, he wants to retire. This is my time to get in here.
Yeah, of course.
I need to get in here. I need to impress this guy.
So what did you say?
He'll sell me his firm. Eventually. That's what I thought when I was speaking to him at that time. Okay then. So I said to him, Maurice, look, you don't need to pay me. I just want to learn.
Let me just be here.
Let me just be here.
Yeah, let me just be here.
Let me just be here. He goes, okay, all right then. And I said to him, I'll go to police stations for you, and I'll go and do courts for you as well. Free of charge. You don't worry about it. He said, okay. I thought he couldn't believe it. He didn't know.
You can't say no to that though.
You can't say no. He didn't know all of the ideas as well, but he's happy with the ideas because in the end we both got the best of each other. So so I started bringing in work. So he was giving me little commissions for the work.
Yeah.
Just sort of
to get by.
Getting by. Then I've been there for a year now, year and a half. I sit him down then. I said, Maurice, look, you said you want to retire. I want to carry on. Give me your firm.
After 1 year?
After 1 year. And he said, no, because in order to open your own firm, law firm, you have to be 3 years qualified. I had just qualified, just left out the firm, jumped in here. So just about a year.
Okay.
So I still had 2 years remaining to actually go and open my own firm. When in 2015 now, I said to him, that was it. I go, you leave that to me anyway.
What did he say?
I said, you leave that to me in terms of qualified or not qualified and how I'm going to do it. Anyway, then I made him an offer. He made me an offer. I wasn't happy with it. It's too much for me. I go, no, can't do it. Negotiating with each other over the 1 year period. Kept negotiating with each other. Anyway, October 2016, we struck a deal. I said, I'll take you over. But again, that 3 year qualified thing came into. That was a bit of a obstacle.
Well, you couldn't do actual work.
I couldn't own the firm.
So what happened then? You took it over, but you couldn't really own it.
Murray stayed on as well. He helped me out there.
Okay.
So he stayed on with me.
Less hours probably he did.
Yeah, he stayed on. Was as a supervisor. He stayed on 1 year. And then after that, look, 2016, I'll be honest with you. October 2016, when I took the firm over, I thought the firm was going to close down. And it looked like it financially. By March of 2017, I thought the firm was going to close down. But Alhamdulillah,
I've seen it, man. It doesn't look like it's closing anytime soon.
I got a case.
Yeah.
£8,000 he made me.
There and then?
There and then, like, I got it. And you know what? At that time, I had a £5,000 or £10,000 overdraft, and there's only £1,500 left on my overdraft.
Yeah, go on.
And this £8,000 come in, and bam, now I've gone up. I'm up £3,000 now. So it's gone from -5 to 3,000. I thought, okay then, alhamdulillah. And since then, brother, I'll be honest with you, I've not looked back.
Alhamdulillah.
I have not looked back, brother. I've Marty Sanders Solicitors, from a firm that was closing down. We are now one of the busiest firms, not in the Midlands, not in Birmingham, in the country. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
And I built that within about 5 years, 6 years, alhamdulillah. You know, until this day, brother, you spoke to me last night. I go to sleep at a certain time. I wake up at a certain time.
Yeah. Plan your day.
I'm the first one in the office. I'm the last one to leave. And I've been doing that, and I love it, because I know this. At one point now, alhamdulillah, it's very good now, but at one point I did not have a staff member.
So you do everything yourself?
Every single thing, brother.
Fake it till you make it.
Graft till you make it, bro. Graft till you make it. There's no fake it till you make it. You have to graft till you make it.
That's a good one.
You know what? And then I was grafting.
Yeah.
Bro, I was coming into in the office in the morning, looking up all the emails, receiving any phone calls I have to, then just say there was a court hearing. I would shut the office, I would go to court, put the phone on divert, because I was a receptionist as well. I used to put the phone on divert, go to court, answer all the calls from court, come back, maybe I have to go to a police station, come back. Now you're talking to 6 p.m. in the evening, then I have to sit down, do the admin work, send the letters out. All the letters are gone in, finish at 10 o'clock, go home. We start again 5 a.m. again the next day. That's how I spent the first 1 or 2 years when I took over Maurice Andrews Solicitors. It wasn't easy. Now, when I get staff members coming to me and saying,
I want a job,
I want this, I want that, I had to graft. Literally, I had to graft. I come from a wealthy family, don't get me wrong, bruv.
Mm.
But the thing is, I've never taken anything from my family. My family did not support me in building up my own firm. They was against it. Most of them were against it. They said, no, it's not going to succeed. I'm telling you, you're going to fail. Criminal law is dead. You're not going to make the money. I was upstairs in one of the rooms. I was working with my brother, and he was doing some working outs with me at one point, and looking at working outs, and he goes, no.
Didn't make sense.
It does not, just financially, business-wise, it does not make sense. Don't do it. I said, okay, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Good for you, man.
I have to do it. So that risk I took, if I never took that risk,
You wouldn't be where you are now.
I wouldn't be where I am.
Let me ask you about the name then. Tell me the story about the name, the Maurice Andrews, because it's still there now. Is that you showing respect?
Showing respect. Because I said to Maurice as well, first of all, I said to Maurice, let me keep your name.
Makes sense for you though.
Made sense for me because it's a firm that's been around, even though it was winding down, it's a firm that's been around at that time for about 29 years, 28 years.
A good reputation.
87.
Okay.
It's been established in 87 or 88 it was. So, good reputation. Even though it was slow, it's not busy. Like, our practice is very busy. I don't think Maurice's practice was ever that busy in the 28, 29 years.
MashaAllah.
So I said to him, let me keep your name. He goes, Mr. Yakoob, I'm trusting you with my name.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I go, no problem. Maurice, you're not going to regret this. Trust me. So now, once I've taken the firm over, sort of, it's given a little boost to it because people have known that, look, there's people here now that will help us with the cases. Maurice is old. You slow down.
Yeah.
When you get a bit old, don't you? Naturally, just
Yeah,
slow
of
down.
course.
So then now it's got to a stage, then I don't want to change it. They say never change a winning formula.
Nah, don't change that name. Yeah,
I
you're
won't
right.
never change it now. People said, why don't you name me Akhmed Yakoob? But for me, it's not the name, it's my baby. I grew it. Okay, it was a dying baby. I grew it.
Yeah, still yours.
Even though I never, Maurice Andrews is known because of me, alhamdulillah. So I'm keeping it,
That's good, man.
keeping the name.
So that's the story of how you got into law.
Yeah.
Now that you're in it, did you? Let me ask you. Obviously, there's a lot of positives in there. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah,
Look at
man.
where we are now. Did you face any obstacles, like on your journey? I know now you said your family was one of them that didn't want you to do it. Was there any obstacles in your community or your friends growing up where you thought, you know what, actually, you know what, they're right? Did you ever think that or?
I don't know. You know, people who I don't know how you say this. With me, if somebody says I can't do something,
You want to do it more?
I'll make sure I do it
Yeah,
twice
yeah,
and
that's
take pictures,
Send it to them.
send it to them.
Yeah.
I'm like that, you know. So, you know, even when I was studying, even when I was back to the legal practice course, a lot of people said, what are you doing it for? Go get a job.
Yeah.
I could have got a job, LLB degree. I could have been a bank manager or something like that, you know. I mean, 9 to 5, nice job, you know, 40, 50 grand a year. Would have been nice.
Easy.
You know, the actual everyday, the rat race, I've been part of that then. But
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that.
You're not made for that. Some people are
I'm
not made for that.
Exactly. So one thing is, I knew one day I'm going to do something and I'm going to do something big, alhamdulillah. And this is just the start, my brother.
Yeah, of course.
With the help of Allah, I'm going to get bigger. You know, you have to always be humble. You have to keep it humble. That's one thing I've always been like. I've never ever, but if you meet me, brother, I wouldn't even tell you who I am.
Yeah.
If you know that's different through social media, this, that, but I wouldn't go around and there's people out there that talk too much. I'm not one of them talkers, man. Alhamdulillah, I am what you see is what you get, innit?
Alhamdulillah. I want to ask you, bro. You know, growing up, yeah. I think this is, if people know, then they know. You always hear people that do law, or you speak to people that do law. It's obviously in our community. You know what? He's a lawyer. Like, isn't it haram? Isn't it? And then now it's become so normal. No one even thinks that normal. Is there ever that?
Fair, you're right. A lot of people did.
In the beginning, you got a lot of that. Now it's so normal. Like no
It's
one
normal.
cares.
It's normal. Like, I get a lot of comments regarding that on my TikToks and my Instagram.
Okay.
So what it is, people try to mix it with my religion.
Yeah,
And they say,
yeah.
why do you pray for if you're going to help criminals? First of all, people ask me a lot of questions. They say to me, how can you represent someone who you think are guilty? Why don't they go to a prosecutor and ask them, how can you try and convict an innocent man?
Hold on.
Has anyone ever done that before? I don't hear that, bro. Have you ever heard that?
Nah, I've never heard that.
But you've heard a lot of people asking me, how can you represent drug dealers? How can you represent murderers? Get a grip of yourself, behave. At the end of the day, how do you know that this guy is guilty or this woman is guilty? You don't know. There's prosecutors out there that will send an innocent man to jail.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen. I've seen people with minimal evidence against them in jail. Not cases I was personally involved with, but it just makes me drive more, man. It gets me the more drive that I want to win more cases. So, again, why judge me? I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
Let me do my job. I'm not hating you. I'm not hating no one, to be fair. I am trying to help innocent people who have been accused of committing offences which they haven't committed, but they've been drawn into it. Some of them may be guilty.
Yeah.
Some of them may be guilty. I'm not going to turn around and say they're all innocent.
It's not for us to judge, though.
It's not for me to judge, and it's not for you to judge. It's not for the police to judge. It's for a jury member or the panel of juries to judge, not us. So that answers your question?
Yeah. No, it does. Of course, there's people that chat shit, basically. I don't want to say it like that. Yeah, always, bro. You get me.
Some people will have something to say about you, regardless of what you're doing.
Exactly.
So if you're doing good, they'll have something to say. If you're doing bad, they'll have something to say anyway. So never worry about people talking about. That's the sort of mindset I've got for all my life.
Yeah.
If I stopped and thought about everyone who speaks about me or tried to respond to them, I wouldn't get to my destination. If you're going to throw stones at every dog that barks at you, you're never going to reach your destination.
No, that's true.
So let people talk. Let them say. Let them have their say. Don't worry about them. If you want to impress someone, impress Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Oh, that's good, man. Let me ask you, because I've never had a conversation with someone that's been doing criminal law or been doing law for so long as you have. You know this theory now when you watch movies and you see these corrupt lawyers, is that a real thing? This is just me asking now. Or is that just in the movies and in the books?
I don't know. There may be. I've not come as in corrupt as in defense corrupt lawyers or prosecution corrupt police officers. You ever see anyone like what do you call it? There've been police officers arrested for police corruption. I don't want to go into detail, but you can Google it. There are corrupt people out there. There may be corrupt lawyers out there. There may be corrupt prosecution out there. There may be corrupt defense lawyers out there. I can't really answer.
Yeah.
I don't know it.
No comment, basically. Let me talk to you about your videos, bro, because they're taking viral you're a viral sensation right now, bro. As much as you don't want to admit it. Alhamdulillah. Tell me about that, bro. How did you get into that? What's that?
Top of the
Yeah, top of every single page. Every single page, alhamdulillah, bro.
Alhamdulillah.
Tell me the story behind that, bro.
See, most of the stuff I've done in my life, I don't know how I've done it.
You fluked it.
I fluked it. But the thing is, look, my bro, look. Alhamdulillah. People say you got lucky. People say, good luck, fluked it. But the thing is, hard work puts you where good luck can find you.
Say that again.
Hard work puts you where good luck can find you.
That's true.
So if you're working hard and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching you make efforts, watching you trying to hustle, trying to make moves, He's going to open doors for you that you would have thought unimaginable. Trust me.
Nah, that's true. So
when doors are going to shut for you, He will make you come back and come buy the building. Forget the doors.
Forget the doors, man.
Alhamdulillah.
So tell me the story about the videos then.
When it started, the first time ever, I was driving in a car and I thought, let's make a video.
You and your friend?
Me and my friend Imran. The first video should be on this 2020 sometime.
I'll have a look. I'll post it.
So it's 2.5 years ago now.
Alhamdulillah, bro.
So we just made a video. We're driving, and the idea actually came from one of my nephews. He works with me now. Akib, his name is. The idea, he goes, why don't you make... Because during COVID, a lot of people, you see a lot of new people making videos of different stuff.
Yeah.
So he said to me, why don't you make a video in the gym? Is talking. I go, okay, no problem. I'll try to do it. Again, a lot of people laughed. I can bring those people. I said to a couple of them that day, I remember when you laughed when I told you I'm going to make a video.
Son of a gun.
Him?
Was him?
No, you never laughed. I'm not going to say.
Always with you on every idea.
I'm not going to say. But yeah, a lot of people laughed. He's with me. He's with me all the time. Sorry.
He almost got you. He
A lot of
almost
people
got
laugh.
you.
No, but sometimes a friendly laugh. I'm not saying that they were against me, but like a friendly laugh. Anyway, sometimes, yeah. Another thing as well, let me tell you, I'll be straight up with you.
Tell me.
Sometimes people will say something in a jokey way, in a
And
sarcastic way.
It means something behind.
But really, that's their way of showing hatred towards you, because they can't be a proper hater face to face, because they don't want to face you like that.
Yeah. It's true. There's
So
always
they will
a
say a
truth
little
in the joke. There's always a little bit of
Sneaky
truth.
comment. So, but I'm very vigilant. I am a very vigilant person, and I am aware of my surroundings. Wherever I go, if I see somebody acting bit fishy,
Dodgy.
bit booky, I think it's because of the profession I'm in. But I am very vigilant. I won't let nothing just slide. So if there's a little facial expression there, if there's a little snidey comment there, I
Yeah.
can pick it up. Anyway, when I was about to start making videos, a few people, okay, man, don't worry about it. Anyway, made the first video, made the second one, third. By the fourth, fifth video, people start noticing.
Would you say Maurice Andrews got a little bit more busier from the videos as well?
Of course, man. Every business should be on social media.
Okay.
And the thing is, there's a lot of people who are on social media, but the thing is, you have to have a bit of charisma as well.
Of course,
bit of character as well.
You do.
So, alhamdulillah, I think I'm blessed with that. I'm born with that. Alhamdulillah, I'm blessed with it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed me with that. So, I can talk and I can back it up as well. It's
Yeah.
not just my legal videos. I got the results, man. On Friday, I got a result. Last Friday, 200 kilos importation.
Tell me about that. I seen the video. What
An
was the story?
innocent man. Conspiracy to import. He would have got 20 years if it wasn't for me and the legal team. Let me tell you how. The prosecution served on us the download of his mobile phone. In that mobile phone, he was talking about Ludo. The prosecution said that he's sending voice messages about drugs. 1, 2, put the 2 there, put the brick there, put the pencil there. The man is talking about Ludo. So we opened up the phone. We opened up the phone. We got the download of the phone. In court, he goes, yeah, that's Ludo. He goes, go check on my WhatsApp, check on my pictures. I was sending pictures of Ludo to people there. I play online Ludo. That's what I was talking about. I'm telling you, I'm straight with you, bro. And if they hadn't given me that, and another thing, not just that, another thing as well. He was talking about balls, cricket balls. Listen, I'm not lying. No, sorry, the prosecution, the drugs were bought in balls and pens.
Okay.
The drugs were bought in pens and balls. Yeah? So over 220 kilos, it was on a 3 or 4 month or a 6 month period. 5 month period. 220 kilos. NCA were dealing with the case, the National Crime Agency, the biggest crime agency in the UK right now. They were dealing with the case. So this guy's brother-in-law, he's the one who got found guilty. He was the main guy importing him, bringing him in. He had direct contact with the guy in Pakistan, where he was coming from.
Okay.
So anyway, this guy got roped into it. They said, yes, he's involved.
Was he involved?
Let me tell you why they said he's involved. I don't know whether they was involved or not. I got found not guilty.
I'm
I'm
asking silly questions. Sorry, bro.
Listen, the guy got found not guilty, bro. You asking me if he's involved or not? How can you ask me that?
Oh, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, bro. Come on.
I'm trying to do you, bro.
Come on, bro. I'm a very vigilant person, bro. The guy wasn't involved. The prosecution was saying, because the drugs came in balls and pens,
Yeah.
he had messages on his phone, bro. Yeah? The messages, voice notes were like this. They went like this. So in Mirpuri language, in other language, ball is they call it ball. Yeah?
Yeah.
Ball. Yeah? In Urdu as well, ball. Yeah? Here they will say ball. Yeah?
Okay, carry on.
And if you listen to the people who come from South Asia, the subcontinent, they will call a cricket ball. So they will say 1 ball, 2 ball. I'm telling you, that's how they talk. So anyway, my client was talking to a guy about a haircut.
In the voice note.
In the voice note, he was saying, tell this guy that, come and cut my ball. Yeah, listen. But in that language, in Urdu, yeah, in Urdu, yeah, he was saying, that guy goes, he goes, no, tell him to come to the shop
If he wants to cut his ball.
if you want to cut the bar. Then my guy goes, no, in the shop, the police might come.
Okay.
COVID.
COVID.
It was all closed.
Yeah, yeah, okay,
Barber
okay,
shops
okay,
were
okay,
closed,
okay.
so they were worried that if they went to the shop, the police would probably raid it and they'll
Yeah,
get
yeah.
fined for COVID fines.
This was happening, yes.
It was happening.
Of course.
So he was actually talking about that, and the prosecution misinterpreted that, I should say, and said no, he was talking about the shipments coming in.
Yeah, they want to believe that.
Yeah, that police are gonna come and raid the place. Why would the police raid the shop for with balls? And they made a big hoo-ha. But the other thing he was talking about was Ludo, and his communications with his co-defendant. There was a picture of a van. So there was a van that was parked outside the co-defendant's house. So the co-defendant sent a picture. The co-conspirator, the importer, sent a picture to my client saying, "There's a van outside. It looks a bit suspicious." Big deal. The client said while giving evidence, look, I don't know why he sent me the picture of the van. I think at that time when he sent it, he's probably saying, my car's blocked off. I can't come to the bookies today.
Yeah.
That's why he sent me the picture of the van. I don't know.
Yeah, regardless. Yeah, there's no reason behind it.
So anyway, after 3 weeks in trial, 4 weeks in trial, he got found not guilty unanimously by the jury.
Nice.
And if we hadn't got his phone
Yeah.
and got the messages regarding Luda out, that would have gone in. If that was another lawyer, they wouldn't have picked that up. I'll be honest with you, brother. They wouldn't have picked that up. That would have gone in front of the jury. He's talking about drugs, numbers, figures, big numbers, cricket balls. If there was someone
Different
who did
race.
different race,
Yeah.
didn't actually listen to the voice, didn't bother listening to the voice message. Yes, prosecution said it. Yeah, it must be true. Yeah, put it in there. Yeah, let the jury hear it. This guy would have been inside today. He would have been in 20 years, brother.
He's looking at 20.
It's Cody got 20. He would have got 18.
So what happened then? Now his Cody should be out as well.
It's Friday, man.
But is his Cody? Are they both out then? Free?
No, Cody got found guilty.
Really?
Co-defendant got 20 years.
For the same case?
For the same case. It's in Birmingham Mail.
I'll have a look.
Yeah.
That's bad, man.
Yeah.
That's bad, man.
There you go. So if we hadn't got the phone, if we hadn't made... I'm not boasting now, bro.
No, you can boast. Are you mad? Boast, bro.
The effort, bro.
You're allowed to boast sometimes, bro.
This guy's kids would have been without him for 10 years.
Yeah, man.
So why don't people ask me about stuff like that?
Nah, they don't wanna.
They'd be quick to ask me, why do you defend drug dealers? His kids would have been without a dad for 10 years.
Nah, they don't want to look at that.
And what has he done wrong? Nothing. His association with a family member. Come on. There was some evidence of him chatting to people in Pakistan or whatnot, but he's got family there as well.
You can, yeah.
Regardless, you can have friends who are criminals. It doesn't make you a criminal. I've got friends who are criminals. I've been brought up around criminals.
Yeah.
I come from Aston. You come from Small Heath. We've both got friends who are criminals.
Of course.
I probably got more than you. but we both got friends who are criminals, bro. Do you know what I mean? So exactly, he got off. Yeah. And Monday, 2 days ago,
Yeah.
another guy, possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life.
I've seen that as well.
Kingston Crown Court. A car gets found.
Yeah.
Abandoned car, hit. It's been hit another car and left there on the scene.
Drivers ran away.
Driver, all the occupants have ran away. I think there's 4 occupants that the police have said that were in that car at the time. They've traced back the car.
Mm-hmm.
In the car, they found a slam gun. Slam gun is a pipe, 2 pipes, and then with the nail, they make a homemade gun. So when you've got a slam gun, the police know that you're going to do some damage. It's not about scaring, because that's a homemade weapon to go and do damage. If you wanted to scare someone, you probably would have a normal gun, because this doesn't even look like a gun. So automatically, if that's found, the police are charging you with intent to endanger life. So it'll be possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life. That's what my client was charged with. So the car was found. Occupants run away. Police threw the number plate. It was a courtesy car. Go to the guy, said, you had this car. You were the occupier of this car at the time. He said, yes, I was. My cousin was driving. Go to him. So my client's a cousin. He gets picked up. I wasn't representing him at the initial interview. Comes to me after he's had his interview. In the interview, he didn't say nothing, no comment. Comes to me and we speak about the case, and his defense was simple. Look, there's other people in the car as well. I was driving.
Yeah, you can't prove it was.
I was driving. I don't know what's in the back of the car.
Yeah, okay.
I admit to the driving and admit...
To hitting someone, yeah.
Dangerous driving as well.
Yeah.
So, I admit to the dangerous driving. I ain't going to admit to the gun. It's not mine.
Nothing to do with me, yeah.
I'm not going to take 15 years for free.
Go on.
That's what I got.
And then?
Got found not guilty. Kingston Crown Court.
Yeah, no one wants to look at these cases, man.
Not guilty.
Alhamdulillah.
If you were driving, you have an accident, your passenger leaves,
It's not on you.
gun in your car, you don't know about it.
But
Well,
the thing
you
is,
want someone like me in your corner then?
listen, the thing about this is people that your average person doesn't know most of the things that you teach in your videos. That's why probably a lot of people see your videos now and think this guy's giving a lot of free advice. So you are. That's basically what you're doing.
I could charge people.
You can. People charge for this advice, basically.
Of course they will. If you go to a lawyer just for basic advice, they'll charge you a couple £100. See, I like to keep people educated. At the same time, I don't want to give out the false pretense that I get guilty people off or try to get... No, that's got nothing to do with me, whether they're guilty or not.
Yeah.
What I like doing, what I do is, what I take pride in is giving that case 100%.
That's all you can do.
Prosecution ain't done the job properly, not my fault. They're side A, I'm side B. We're against each other.
That's all it is, yeah. It's a fight.
It's a fight. Legal battle.
This is a question that someone asked me.
Yeah.
One of my
ask me.
To ask you, yeah.
Okay.
He rang me the other day and said, ask him, what does the community think about him? Does he get a lot of calls from his community? How do you deal with being a lawyer in your community? Tell me about that, bro.
There's pros and cons. Alhamdulillah, everyone looks up to you. Everyone takes you seriously. A lot of people a couple of years ago that was not taking me seriously have now piped down and they said, look, this guy is talking sense. He doesn't just blag it between us. He's actually well known. He actually pulls off results all over the country. So it's good in that way. But then, when you're a bit too easily accessible,
Okay. You shouldn't be like that, yeah.
I shouldn't be like that. I mean, because I've been brought up around, so everybody's got my phone number. And if they've got a case, then it's like, if you've got a case, your granddad's sister will be involved and asking about me, asking about the case.
You can't focus, bro.
You can't focus, and it's confidential. Sometimes the community don't understand the
Of course.
confidentiality. They can't phone me.
They'll come to your front door and say, what's going on?
Yeah, like, your mom can't phone me and ask me about what's happening with your case. You're an adult. If you tell me, don't speak to my family about the case, I can't speak to the family about the case.
They don't understand that, though.
They don't understand. So sometimes communities, they get too open.
Yeah, of course. That's how it is. Now, you mentioned family. There's one question I wanted to ask you, and I thought this could be interesting to hear from your point of view. When you have a case, and the family is obviously going through a what would you call it? Remand. There's a remand.
Yeah. When a prisoner's in remand, yeah.
Prisoners in remand, and they pay your fee, and the prisoner goes to prison regardless of whatever happens on your side. Do you ever get bothered by, or do you get badgered by the family for refunds? Does that ever happen?
It has in the past. See, look, there's two types of works that we take on.
Okay.
One is legal aid, which all serious cases in the UK, people will be entitled to legal
Everyone
aid.
has, yeah.
Unless you are earning something over the threshold, which is about, I think, £32,000 or something like that, if I'm right. Not a lot of people who are involved in crime are earning that much money, or earning that much money
On the books. Yeah.
on the books. So most people are entitled to legal aid anyway. But what you're saying is actually true. When it has happened to me actually recently, I've got a phone call and the woman was like, look, you need to give my money back.
Because it didn't go her way or whatever.
Yeah. And that money that was taken, or the fees that were taken, were actually to do the transfer application, transfer the legal aid over to my firm. So I charge a set of money to have a conference with the family, have a conference with the client, to read the paperwork. and send off the application.
Mm.
So the application wasn't successful.
All that was part of the funds of doing that.
Exactly. These people don't understand that it's a service that they pay for.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't like to get into back and forth with people. So I've had that issue, but I'd rather just say to them, look, listen.
Beforehand, or
No.
even when they ask.
Even when they ask, or if they ask, I say, listen, you tell me how much do you think my worth was worth? How much, why did you travel to me? Why did you come from a different city to my office? You must have knew my worth.
Yeah.
So don't go around try to ask me for money back or refund.
When you've done half the work already.
Yeah, exactly. More than half.
You know these videos that you do. I keep going back to them because
You like them, innit?
No, I love them, bro.
You're a fan.
No, I'm a big fan.
No, but watch. When this podcast is going to be released, the clips, put it on my Instagram, watch them.
I'll wait for it, bro. Alhamdulillah. I'll be real with you. That's one of the reasons I got you, bro. No, I'm joking.
Bro, loads of shout out after Hours podcast. Come on, the best in the game.
Come on. Now I wanted to ask about the videos. What do your peers think about it, bro? You got other law firms, you got prosecution, you got police officers that see you. What do they all think when they see these videos?
To my face. Well done, brother.
Okay.
Well, man. But, you know, like the way they say walls have ears.
Yeah.
I've got ears.
Of course.
And maybe I've got eyes everywhere. So where it gets back to me, this person was saying this about your videos. You sound like a roadman. It's not the Queen's English.
Oh, really?
People are laughing at him. People are joking. Like
It's who you are, though.
Huh?
It's who you are. You can't change who you are.
Exactly.
They don't want you to change for a video.
Exactly. One thing that separates me from a lot of people
Exactly,
nowadays, when they go on camera, there's someone else.
Yeah.
When they're off camera, there's someone else. I'm not gonna act like I'm some posh guy from a, posh upbringing. I've struggled, man. I've lived in the hood. I've lived in the ghetto. I'm just moving out now. Haven't moved out. I'm still borderline ghetto-ish.
Yeah.
So I'm still there. So I'm not gonna turn around and act like something what I'm not, just to impress people that don't pay my bills, that don't mean anything to me in my life. So I don't really care. So you wanna support me? Come, be my guest, man. You show me respect, I will show you twice back.
That's the best way to be.
You show me disrespect, I'm not gonna disrespect you. Still will be nice to you, but I'll avoid you.
No, that's the best way to be.
I'll try to avoid you.
No, what about the fact that you see you got police officers now, maybe even the prosecution, they see you giving all this free advice. They might be thinking, this guy's giving a lot away, man. This guy's giving a lot away. Do you get people that try and shut you down in a way, basically?
They don't try to shut me down, but I'll be honest with you, I've been reported to the authorities quite a few times now for inciting criminal behavior. Come on, man, you're having a laugh. Like I said, nobody ever asked prosecution, how do you feel like trying to convict an innocent man with no evidence?
Yeah.
Falls back to the same thing I was saying earlier, innit? So I've been reported to the authorities loads of times, few times.
But they can't do anything.
They can't do that. I'm not doing anything wrong.
No, of course, yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, bro. A lot of people now that watch the podcast, usually they say you get a lot of different characters or different people with different backgrounds in, and the reason for that is because I want to grow a fan base where now people are watching, they can go into law from having you on. What's your advice to anyone that wants to study law, bro?
Study law. Read as much as you can.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you want to be a successful lawyer, learn time management. You have to manage your time. Don't sit around do nothing. Because you charge people in minutes. You charge people in 30 minutes slots. You charge people in hour slots. So
you can't be pulling up late to your own slot.
You can't be pulling up late. Time management. And how do you perfect your time management? Let me tell you.
Prayer.
Pray salah.
Yeah, you're right.
You pray your 5 times salah, everything will fall into place. Whether it's law, whether it's accounts, whatever career you want to do, whether it's sports, you have to pray namaz, man. You got to pray your salah. You got to thank the Lord.
Oh, alhamdulillah, bro. And obviously
and
now...
take what's yours. And take some more.
Take 10 times more. And take pictures.
And take pictures.
I like that one. Nah, alhamdulillah. I'm glad you came down, bro.
Alhamdulillah.
Obviously, now that you got into the law, I want to ask you one last question, bro.
Go for it, man.
What's some of the best advice you got going into law?
Be nice to everybody. Be nice to everyone.
Yeah,
People will remember you.
that's true.
Money comes and goes.
Reputations for everyone.
Reputation's forever. You could lose it in a second. It could take you 20 years to make that reputation. You could lose it in a second. Don't become too accessible because it's going to devalue yourself. Always have self-respect and believe that no one is better than you. But at the same time, don't get too cocky. Be confident, but don't get too cocky and don't think that you are better than anyone else. Treat the waiter or the janitor as the same respect that you would give to a judge or a lawyer. Be nice, basically.
No, alhamdulillah, Ahmed. Thank you very much for coming down. Obviously, I've got your
Thank
number.
you for having me, bro.
Normal, man.
You're the man.
Nah, chill. Is there any last message you want to give the people that are watching, my bro?
Couple of messages.
Go on, bro.
If you don't mind.
No, the floor is yours.
Just because you are charged with a crime, it does not mean you're guilty. You get jury members that come into court and their mindset, soon as they walk into court, is there's no smoke without fire.
Yeah.
And this person must have been guilty of something. When the rule of law actually is innocent until proven guilty. People are seen as guilty even before they are proven innocent, even before they are having trials. People need to, more people need to get educated and less people need to get convicted. That's the kind of mindset that we need to have around us. And always remember that there's a defense for every offense.
Are you mad? Are you mad? Bad boy.